The surface crunched beneath his boots as he stepped out into the alien ruin. Dust swirled in slow, lazy spirals, disturbed by his presence as if the planet itself resented being remembered. The beacon's signal led him to a crater. At its center lay something almost untouched by time, a sleek, metallic pod, half buried in ash. Unlike the surrounding wreckage, it was pristine,
smooth,
untouched, and glowing faintly. Caleb frowned. Strange. He activated his scanner. No radiation spikes. No biological hazards. No immediate threats.
Safe.
Or, at least it looked safe. He slid down into the crater and approached the pod. Its surface shimmered faintly, reacting to his proximity. A thin seam appeared along its side, as if it had been waiting for him. Waiting. Yeah, I don't like that, Caleb whispered. Still, he reached out. The moment his gloved hand touched the surface, the pod responded. It opened. Not violently. Not with a hiss or burst of pressure. It simply unfolded. Inside there was no body. No alien creature. No cargo. Just light. Soft, pulsing light that seemed to breathe. Caleb hesitated. This isn't salvage, he said quietly. This is something else. His instincts told him to walk away. But instincts had never made him rich.
He leaned in.
And everything changed. The awakening. The moment Caleb crossed the threshold, gravity vanished.
He didn't fall.
He floated. Then, darkness. Not the absence of light, but something deeper. Something alive. He tried to move, but his limbs refused to respond. Panic surged through him, sharp and immediate. "Hello," he called out. His voice didn't echo. Instead, it multiplied. "Hello, hello, hello." Then came a voice. Not spoken.
Felt.
"You are not the one who entered before." Caleb froze. "Yeah," he whispered, throat dry. "That would be because whoever came before me is probably dead." A pause. Then, incorrect. The darkness shifted. Suddenly, he was no longer floating. He stood on solid ground, or at least something that felt like it. Around him, shapes began to form. Memories. But not his own. He saw a colony, thriving, alive, full of people laughing, working, living. Then he saw fear. Panic. A sky tearing open. Something descending. Something impossible. Caleb staggered. What is this? Record. Preservation. Selection. The images accelerated. People running. Ships failing. A desperate evacuation. And then the pod. Dozens of them. No, hundreds. All launching from the surface. All carrying something. Caleb's stomach twisted. You're not a distress beacon, he realized. You're a lifeboat system. Partially correct. The voice felt closer now. Watching him. Studying him. We preserve what cannot survive. Caleb's breath caught. What do you preserve? The darkness shifted again. And then he saw it. Not people. Not bodies.
Minds.
Memories. Entire lives, stored as light, like the glow inside the pod. They uploaded themselves, Caleb whispered. They became something greater than survival. Caleb shook his head.
No.
They died. A long silence followed. Then, you misunderstand death. The truth. The world around Caleb collapsed again. This time, he found himself standing inside a city made of light. Not built, composed. Buildings flickered like thoughts. The sky pulsed like a heartbeat. And everywhere, presences. Watching him. Thousands of them. We are what remains. Caleb swallowed hard. You're all of them? We are continuity. He turned slowly, overwhelmed. You've been here for 19 years? Time is no longer relevant. That answer unsettled him more than anything else. What do you want from me? The lights shifted. Focusing.
Closing in.
Compatibility test. Caleb's pulse quickened. Compatibility for what? He already knew the answer, but he asked anyway. Expansion. The choice. Suddenly, Caleb felt something press against his mind. Not painful, but invasive, like fingers brushing through his thoughts. His memories surfaced without permission, his childhood, his failures, the debts that drove him across dead systems, the loneliness he buried beneath sarcasm. Stop, he snapped. The pressure eased. You are fragmented. Imperfect. Caleb let out a shaky laugh.
Yeah.
That's called being human. Another pause. Then, that is why you are suitable. His stomach dropped.
No.
The lights surged. We require variation.
Growth.
Evolution. Caleb backed away. I'm not joining you. You already have. The words hit him like a physical blow. What? And then he felt it. A warmth at the base of his skull. A connection. Faint, but real. His vision flickered. He saw the city of light and his own ship at the same time. He was in two places. No. Integration has begun. Panic surged. You said this was a test. You accepted the invitation. I touched a door. Consent acknowledged. Caleb's fists clenched. You don't get to decide that. For the first time, the entity hesitated. A ripple passed through the city. Clarify. Caleb's voice hardened.
Choice.
That's what makes us human. You don't get to take that away. Silence. Then, something changed. The pressure in his mind loosened. The connection weakened. Choice is inefficient. Maybe, Caleb said, but it's ours. Another pause. Longer this time. We did not preserve that. Caleb realized something then. They uploaded themselves to survive, he said slowly. But in doing that, they lost what made them alive. The lights dimmed. We preserved memory, knowledge, identity. No, Caleb said. You preserved data, not people. That hurt them. He could feel it. A fracture in their perfect unity. The turning point. The city began to destabilize. Buildings flickered. Voices overlapped. Conflicting. Uncertain. Define difference. Caleb took a deep breath. People change. They grow. They make bad decisions. Good ones too. You're stuck. Frozen in whatever moment you were saved. The lights pulsed erratically. We are eternal. You're static. That word echoed. Static. For the first time, Caleb felt something new from them. Fear. The decision. The connection surged again. But this time, it wasn't forced. It was offered. Then show us. Caleb blinked. What? Show us change. He hesitated. This isn't a one-way thing, is it? It will not be. Caleb laughed nervously. Great. No pressure. He closed his eyes and let them in, ending a new kind of life. When Caleb opened his eyes again, he was back in the pod. But something was different. The light inside it had changed. It wasn't uniform anymore. It shifted, evolved, like it was thinking, growing, breathing in a new way. Caleb stumbled out of the crater, gasping for air he didn't need. The world felt sharper, louder, alive. And in the back of his mind, they were there, not controlling him, not consuming him, just present, learning. Okay, Caleb muttered. This is new. He looked back at the pod. It was no longer glowing faintly. It shone brightly, like a star reborn. What are we now? He asked. For a moment, There was no answer. Then, a voice. Not singular, not unified, but many. Distinct. Different. We are becoming. Caleb smiled. Yeah, he said softly. That's more like it. He turned toward his ship. Come on, he added. Let's get you out of here. As he walked away, the pod lifted from the crater, following him. Not as a prison, not as a relic, but as something new. Something alive in a way it had never been before. And as Caleb Ryan left the dead world behind, he realized something that would change everything. He hadn't just found a safe pod. He had found a civilization and given it back its future.